All right, let's put it on film. Camera,
We're rolling.
sound,
Yet we don't have sound.
oh, and action.
The talented director and filmmaker of Tim Burton went from filming short movies in his back garden to creating unique and mysterious films on the big screen that people will remember for years to come. His use of dark fantasy and gothic fairy tales will always be fascinating to watch, with his crazy over-the-top settings and use of extreme makeup looks to make his characters truly extraordinary. Tim Burton, born in 1958, first started his career by attending the California Institute of the Arts, where he began to draw images and characters he could add into animations. His first short film, Stalk of the Celery Monster, attracted Disney Productions, where they then hired him to become an animator for them. He then went on to animate the Disney movie The Fox and the Hound, and even began to create his own stop-motion films, his first one being Vincent, which is about a dark tale of a lonely man whose innermost desires drive him crazy. Tim Burton has created his own films and ideas whilst also putting a twist on other people's work, such as the movies Alice in Wonderland and Dumbo. His stop-motion films will always be what Tim Burton is known for due to the unique characteristics and appearances of the characters he creates. His characters always have those huge wide eyes, which makes them more intriguing and intimidating to look at. Burton also uses bright and vibrant colours to help his movies stand out. For example, the film Corpse Bride uses bright blues and greens to represent the afterlife and the beauty within death. Some people may find it bizarre that Burton represents life in black and white, but death is presented in colour. However, this displays the emotions of fear and excitement, and the black and white can portray how boring and dull life can be. This film is a true example of how Burton prefers producing death rather than life. Another example can be the famous movie Beetlejuice, where he puts a lot more effort and time into creating the ghosts of the film rather than the actual live humans.
It's showtime.
Even though his films can be seen as different when you compare Frankenweenie and Alice in Wonderland, for example, they also include very similar themes that allows you to recognise the film as a Tim Burton production. These can be things such as misunderstood outcast,
I myself am strange and unusual.
rebellious behaviour, generic suburbs, and even some dark humour. All of Burton's films look like some kind of dream or something you would imagine as a child, through his use of detail within the scenery and effects he adds into his film. For example, in the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, when they enter the chocolate room, he makes sure that everything and all of the elements within the room resemble some kind of childhood candy, and he does this by using bright shiny colours and forest-themed shapes to create the illusion that the object isn't what it looks like. Burton has a quirky technique in his use of cinematography and editing styles. He uses a wide range of angles and shot types, including POV shots, to help the audience connect with the characters on the screen. For example, in the film Corpse Bride, when Victor is looking around for Emily whilst he's running away from her, Burton uses a POV shot to put the situation in Victor's perspective. He also loves to build up suspense in the film by making the pace flow faster and faster as the scene becomes more and more intense. Another common editing technique that Burton uses is in his opening scenes, when he uses a fly-through technique to really help show the scenery and set the tone/aesthetic for the film that's yet to come. Personally, I feel that Tim Burton's work really stands out to me through his use of dramatic sound effects.
What do you think of this? You like it?
And exaggerated settings. I find his work interesting to watch, as there are so many unexpected twists and turns as the movie builds up and comes to a final close. The character building as the movie goes on allows the audience to relate and feel more confident in themselves, since the main character always seems to be an odd outsider that ends up being the hero. Overall, Tim Burton's films are like a childhood fantasy coming to life, and his use of creative control and attentions to detail is extremely impressive.